Whiskey Thoughts is the part of the show where we each take a shot of whiskey, we bare our soul, and we let you in on the MMA-related thoughts of two degenerates. That is us, the whiskey of the week. This week, we got some Crown Royal. I know we have Black Velvet sitting there, but we're switching to Crown Royal this week. Every week, we video our whiskey thoughts. We post them out on our Instagram, the Simply MMA podcast, and on our YouTube channel as well. If you want, video yourself taking a shot, giving your own whiskey thought, DM it to us, and we'll post it on our Instagram. Yeah, Manny, what is your whiskey thought this week?
So obviously, everybody has been up in arms and it's been highly talked about already about Islam. Man.
I got Islam on the head.
I got Islam on the head for sure. About Khamzat'S potentially retiring. He kind of puts out a cryptic message on Instagram saying that it's with a heavy heart. He's going to have to call it for the good of his family and his health. And of course, everybody is enthralled by this because he's such a highly touted prospect. He's only 26 years old and has an incredibly bright future ahead of him. Mm-hmm. Right away, maybe within a couple hours, Dana White put out a statement saying that Chimaev is not going to retire, and it was just a bout of frustration from him still being sidelined from COVID. He was supposed to be staying home, not training, not doing anything ever since he came over to Vegas to be treated from I think Sweden is where they brought him over from.
Yeah.
And but he went to the gym, trained, felt very frustrated, felt sick. That's why he was throwing up that blood, pushing his body much too hard, which you can imagine these savages probably do regularly. Got frustrated like a 26-year-old might do. Put something on Instagram like a 26-year-old might do. And now everybody is, one, concerned for him, but also everybody is now lashing out at Dana White saying, how can you say that this person's retiring or not retiring? How can you not take him for face value? But that's what we do all the time, right? Whenever these fighters, even if they're 40 years old, they say they're retiring, we don't believe them. Like, we'll see you in a couple months.
Yeah.
MMA retirements, I'm trying to think of
it's very rare that they stick.
There might be less than 5 that have ever retired, notable fighters that have ever retired and not come back at least once. So for one, I think it's hypocritical for us to always expect them to come back. But then when Dana White says he is coming back, saying, Dana, why don't you respect his privacy at this time? Let him retire in peace. And how do we know that's not going to be a situation where he'll come out later and Chimaev will come out later and say, well, thank you to Dana White for not giving up on me, for giving me words of encouragement, for bringing me over there, getting me healthy. And thank you for, when I wanted to give up, continue pushing me to continue my dream and now achieving all this success that I have now. We have that people in our life, right? Where it's like we wanted to quit wrestling or quit baseball and our dads made us keep going. And we're like, oh, thank God that my dad made me keep going because I was stupid and I shouldn't have quit and I wanted to because I was just being emotional. So we don't know it's going to be this not the exact same situation. So I think the hate for Dana White and him wanting his Chimaev to come back is, one, it's good for the business, but also he could honestly just be encouraging this person to not give up on his dream. He's 26.
Yeah, it's a pretty good theory.
People always like, they clutch their pearls. Oh, please leave him alone. Respect his privacy in these times. Shut up.
That's a pretty good theory that is accurate. That he just had a rough day and lashed out as a result. Well, my whiskey thought today, I don't know how many of you guys follow Instagram, different MMA sites on Instagram or other social media sites.
Tons of them.
Yeah, there's so many. So I'm sure if you're watching this, you probably follow a few of those. But I've been noticing lately, and I don't know if it's the COVID or what, people are starting to do these text interviews.
Terrible.
Yeah, so they'll ask a question, and they literally just post pictures of the fighter responding via text. I don't know about you guys. I barely want to watch a regular interview from UFC fighters, unless there's a few where they're pretty interesting. Guys like Derek Lewis, Conor McGregor, guys that are actually really intriguing guys. A lot of them are like every other sport. I want to thank God. I want to thank my family. That whole deal.
My coaches.
Not a lot there. So don't.
Make me read it in word form.
Yeah, so I'm barely going to watch that. So now you're going to make me read a book? You're going to give me an errand? No.
Yeah.
No.
And the picture's always like way too zoomed in on the words.
With like the big old paragraph about, well, I felt a little tired in the last fight, but then,
Who reads those?
I don't. I'm thinking about starting to unfollow those sites.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. So that's my whiskey thought. What are we doing with these text interviews?
I total agreement.
Yeah, not cool.